Old Drake coming to you from Northern Command. We're literally, Old Drake is recording today from our southern Iowa farm, which is literally called the Old Drake Place, which is how we got the name for the business as well. Thanks for your ear for a couple of minutes. This is sort of the next step. We talked about when to sell an investment 101, page 39 in chapter 4, the 7 tenets of successful investing. If you want our book, it's very inexpensive. You can go out on our website, olddrake.com. The book is 3 Generations from the Outhouse. You can download it off Apple or Amazon in a couple of minutes for a few bucks. And I highly recommend it. But we specifically get into when to sell in the chapter 4 of the 7 tenets of successful investing. There's some other thoughts. That was sort of 101. It's the individual person's need to rebalance their net worth, their need to diversify their net worth. If you've had farmland go up 50% in value in the last 2 years, which it has here, it's now a much bigger portion of my net worth than it used to be. You might want to think about rebalancing, right? But you got to consider all kinds of different things. My cash flow needs, my diversification needs. You want to minimize the taxes on it, so definitely long-term capital gains. Etc. So each person's individual investment. But to drill down a little bit more, bear with me here, when we look at even individual stocks, is the stock become fully valued in our opinion or overvalued based on book value, price earnings multiples, dividend yield, and in our case, rising dividend yield every year faster than the rate of inflation? Are they still generating the free cash flow to support that dividend? Has there been any management changes? I got out of GE many years ago when it changed from Jack Welch to Jeffrey Immelt. It didn't smell right. It didn't look right. It took Immelt 20 years to unravel everything Welch did in 20 years prior. So management is the key. Do they have the chutzpah, the need and the desire to manage that business so they can continue to afford to pay a rising dividend every year? But is it overvalued or fully valued? Can we upgrade to a better name? As I've said before, I'm looking for a larger Missouri farm. I won't get into why today, but that's what we're looking for. Can we upgrade these farms to a bigger farm in Missouri? We talked about cash flow needs of an individual client. Do we think the market's broken? Well, I can tell you the interest rate world and the real estate world for farmland, it's gone parabolic. I mean, these farms have gone way up the last 5 years and up almost 50% in 24 months, parabolic. I don't generally like that. I don't think that that's sustainable, etc. I mentioned Warren Buffett's favorite holding period. It's forever, right? Why pay the long-term capital gains? The other side I've mentioned is, however, don't fall in love with your farmland or your stock certificates or your gold bullion or your Bitcoin, for crying out loud. Don't do that, okay? Because these investments don't love you back. Those are some of the things to look at when trying to decide when is the right time to sell an investment. Either because it worked out really well and it went way up and the price to value equation is not the same. Maybe it went way down. Maybe it's going to go further down. Maybe it's, from a capital gain standpoint, time to take a loss. Those are things we help our clients with, not just acquiring and developing farmland, not just building a custom portfolio of equities that have rising dividends every year. It's a very low turnover portfolio with hardly any cost to the portfolio because there's no trading commissions. There's very little taxes because it's very low turnover, but every once in a while, when you think you got a GE, you got to get out and move on to something else. So that's how we do things here, and that's what we do for our clients. What to buy, when to buy it, what to sell and when to sell it, which is really difficult to do, as I've said. Even professional investors, it's sometimes their biggest downfall. They don't have a sell discipline. They don't have a process. We do at Old Drake. Thanks for listening.